Hi, this is Bobbi Schwartz, founder and CEO of Be Iconic Style, author of Style Essentials, Building Your Ultimate Wardrobe, and welcome to Zoom 101. That's what we're calling it, because it's everything you need to know about video conferencing to present yourself in the best possible light in the business world. So many changes have occurred, as we all know, in our business lives, in our lives period. But this is one change that I believe is here to stay, and that is video conferencing. And there are some tips and tricks to this that most people are not aware of. Some of them I surely wasn't aware of. And we want to share those with you today so that you're making your most powerful, impactful impression. So, first of all, in this video, we're going to cover dressing, of course. And then part of our team is going to share with you lighting, if you've got the option to change your lighting, and then also makeup. Because who knew, it's not quite the same as our normal street makeup, things that you might not be using or adding in. And we're going to teach you how to sort of build a little kit so that you can pick out the right items and all that. But we'll get to that in a little bit. But first, let's start with making your most impactful impression in terms of what you've got on your body and your presentation as you're looking into that video camera. So first is just a simple clean jacket, you can see what I have on, and a simple top underneath it. You do not want a lot of stuff going on in terms of stripes, prints, or anything else. Clean and simple. I've got a couple of examples to share with you. One is just a black simple top that you could do long sleeve, short sleeve, crew neck, jewel neck, turtleneck, mock neck. Any of these necks would be great because they are clean, simple lines. And you could do this with or without a jacket, just depending on how casual the meeting gets. The next thing that I thought was just a really great idea is just a white crisp shirt. And I love the idea of popping the collar for a little more chic, but again, just simple and clean. And you would wear this by itself, definitely not with a jacket over it. In addition, you want to make sure that you've got earrings on, and just simple, no danglies, no, in fact, speaking of jewelry, no stuff. This is about a very, very limited dimension, and I wouldn't send you to work in a lot of stuff anyway, but I would tell you just some simple ear bobs, and I've got on little pearls, and that's probably the perfect thing to wear. And then in terms of doing something with your hair, if you've got short hair, you're good to go. But those who have longer hair, you just want to make sure you're getting it off your face so that, again, it's a simple, clean presentation. You're not sitting in a room that's multi-dimensional. You really are limited in terms of what's happening here on the screen, and you want to make that presentation as simple, understated, and powerful as you can possibly make it. So going on with the video, what we're going to talk about is the lighting, as I mentioned, and then also makeup, the different kinds of makeup that you're going to want to include, and then being able to create this little pack so that you've got it with you. You've got a meeting at 2 o'clock, you just dash into the bathroom, touch yourself up out of your little packet, and same thing, and you're good to go. But remember that all of this is about you making a powerful presentation and impact on the people that you're communicating with. Whether it's your boss, it's a client, a potential client, part of your team who you're trying to influence. All of this makes such an amazing difference. So with that said, I want to introduce you to Kara, who is going to continue to talk about the lighting, the makeup, and the kit. And we will see you again sometime soon on Be Iconic.
My name is Kara, and I am so excited to be here as a member of our fabulous Be Iconic Style team just to talk to you a little bit about Zoom calls. Whether you're at home, at the office, no matter where you are, we want to make sure that you're still professional, still looking your best, and we've got a few ways that we're going to teach you how to do that. So I know Bobbi has touched on clothes and making sure your hair looks great. What I'm going to touch on is lighting, background, your camera angle, and then of course the makeup that we want you to keep in a Zoom kit, which will provide examples of things that you can keep with you all the time, making sure that you can just freshen up your face for a last minute Zoom call or wherever you are. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is lighting. So the most important thing we want to remember is daylight. We want to make sure that it's not a yellow lit bulb. We don't want to have it overcast. We want to be in the brightest room we possibly can be. So, if we have an open window behind us, behind your setup, whatever you've got going, an iPad, a phone, a computer, whatever it is, we want to make sure that the open window is behind the laptop or setup. So you have that natural light coming in, there's no shadows going on, you get a well-lit face, and that's just really, really important. So if you don't have an open window, we can always put a lamp behind your computer setup, and you can put a daylight bulb in that lamp, and that will work wonders over a yellow bulb. So the second thing I want to touch on in this segment is going to be your background. So sometimes your home is hard to find just a solid background, but what we really want to touch on and make sure that we remember is that the best thing is a distraction-free background. So no matter if you have to do it in a bedroom or a kitchen, make sure the bed is made, make sure the kitchen counters are cleaned off. Just make sure it's distraction-free, because that will bring away from whatever you're saying. People will be looking behind you. Just make sure that you are distraction-free as possible. So the second segment I want to talk about is going to be camera angles. So the important thing to remember here is to well frame your face in the zoom window. So we want to have a little bit of space up here, not too much space down here, and then not too close. So you want to be just well centered in the frame, and make sure that you're right in the dead center. Okay, so the third segment we're going to talk about is going to be the makeup. And of course, we want you to remember that no matter where you are, whether you have to hop on a last minute Zoom call at work or at home, just have some kind of handy little makeup bag that you can just pull out of your bag, and it'll have all the essentials. So whether it's last minute, you just need to touch up in the ladies' room, you're good to go. So one of the things we want to have in your bag, and we will provide all of these products that I'm talking about below, but also the rest of the team's favorites. So no matter what you choose, you can't go wrong. Some of these you can get at CVS or Walgreens, some are at Nordy's. It just kind of depends on how much you're wanting to spend, what you're wanting, etc. So any of the products will be great. So my first thing I want to talk about is the Bye Bye Under Eye by IT Cosmetics. I've had this tube, for almost a year now, and it's actually good for 2 years. And I haven't had to replace it yet. It stays on all day. I just have to use a tiny bit, and it makes me look like I've had the best sleep of my life. So a miracle worker for sure. So I just use it with a sponge, just keep that with me, and if I just need a touch up, it's good. So the second thing I find really important is going to be an eyeliner. And so Lancome makes a great waterproof, smudge-proof eyeliner. This is actually a blue color, but they have all kinds of colors, but I love the way it glides on. It's just something that I don't have to worry about the rest of the day. So the next thing is going to be mascara. And I am a mascara girl. No matter if I wear nothing else on my face, I want to make sure that I have that, because it makes me feel better, and looking good is feeling good, right? So one of my favorites is going to be Chanel. It's just the Le Volume de Chanel, and they also have a Cils Booster that you can use beforehand. And now I don't use all of these together. These are just some of my favorites. A Lancome Grandiose Extreme is another good favorite. The Lancome Cils Booster is another great one. And then I would say my all-time favorite is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. And you can get this at CVS, Walgreens. It's essentially a dupe of Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And I can use 2 or 3 coats of this, and I'm good to go. It is amazing, and it's at a great price point too. Now, another thing we want to remember when we're on a Zoom call is going to be how shiny your face looks. Sometimes we're not comfortable on camera, and that can show just with perspiration on your face. So make sure when you're getting ready to do a Zoom call, if you can have time to do nothing else, just maybe a quick powder brush up. So I use just a powder brush, and then I use Smashbox, and it's a halo hydrating perfecting powder. You just use it with a powder brush, and it lasts a really long time, and it takes away the shine on your face. I also use a pressed powder sometimes as well. So this is IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better, and it's actually made for videos and photos. So it takes away that shine and really makes you feel good. So I hope that you enjoy these tips and tricks that we have provided to you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out and give us a comment below.